Alright, so this is
Ladies
a
and
Noved
gentlemen, boys and girls,
Education
welcome back
podcast.
to Noved Education. As always, I am your host, Noved. Thank you for tuning in. Hope everybody had a fun and safe weekend. I know mine was cool. Got together with the Dead Space ENT. We recorded our 50th episode, our 50th real episode. We have other ones in the vault. We have some bonus ones, but this is our 50th real episode for everybody. We just went over to the Masti Studios, had a little potluck, you know what I'm saying? Recorded, watched some baseball, a little bit of the Masters, caught some late basketball, you know, playoffs is coming. So I'll be talking about that. I know I don't be talking about basketball too much, but I'll be talking about that soon. Obviously, we're in a different location again, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. We always, always got to be prepared for whatever, bro, whatever. Anyways, we got the Gary Payton right here. If you're looking at the video, that's actually Gary Payton with the Lakers, not Kobe. We got Eric Gagne. Yeah, how many of y'all remember Eric Gagne, bro? Real shit. That game overtime was legit, bro, back in the day in Dodger Stadium. We used to have season tickets. My grandpa used to have season tickets, and we was right there at the load section behind third base, and that shit was fun. And it was fun because also when the Giants would come into town, Barry Bonds would be playing left field. Oh, the shit. Y'all remember that shit talking, that Barry Bonds shit? Where's the juice, Barry? All that fucking bullshit, bro. Good times, good times. Eric Gagne, bro. I remember that shit. Remember? If y'all remember Eric Gagne, send me your favorite Eric Gagne clip. You know what I'm saying? Send me your favorite Eric Gagne clip. But anyways, on with my thoughts for the UFC, bro. The UFC 273, the fucking fight we all were waiting for. Well, I was really waiting for the highly anticipated Hamzat Chimaev. I'll be saying his name differently. I apologize. And Gilbert Burns, bro. Straight off the bat, like, great fucking fight. Truly one of the best fights I've seen. And exciting. I was nervous throughout that whole fight for some fucking reason. I just wanted it to be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted it to be real, but also part of me wanted to see like the myth just fly away. You know what I mean? It was just like very nerve-wracking. Do I believe that it was a unanimous decision? No. But what do I know? But I know after talking with the boys and just, the conversation about it was that unanimous decision wasn't, I don't think it was correct. Because that second round, I would definitely give that second round to Burns, bro. Even though, all three of these rounds were pretty much close. But I'd give the first round to Hamzat. Second round, I definitely gave it to Burns. I was like, this is a 1-1. And then that third round, there was pretty even, but I thought that Hamzat did enough just to squeak by because of his dominant first round and how close that second round was. So third round was pretty close, but I thought he did enough, I was even at the time, when you're fucking hyped up, sorry, I spit. When you're hyped up, drinking, and just watching these fights and you're so excited, like, I was like, oh, it's so fucking close. It's so fucking close. It's a draw. It's a draw. I always be saying that with every fucking fight, bro. But I did not see it unanimously, bro. Here's what we do know now. We know where Hamzat's at now. We know exactly where he's at. The man got tested. We all wanted to see him get tested to see if it's real. And it's real, ladies and gentlemen. The man is a beast, but we know where he's at now. You know what I'm saying? From 11th, all weekend I was saying he's 10th. How come y'all didn't correct me, bro? How come y'all didn't correct me? All week I was saying that he was ranked 10th, but he's 11th, which I saw. And he's going up against the number 2 welterweight. Well, technically the third because Usman's champion, but the number 2 welterweight, top 3, bro. Welterweight, and most people would say in the world. I'm going to say just UFC. That was no fucking joke, bro. That was no joke. I was a little bit scared. I thought that Hamzat was going to fucking get dropped. There was a few shots where he ate. I was like, this motherfucker is still coming? Like, he's still... And it's real. We know exactly where he's at now. Definitely top 5. Definitely top 5. I didn't think anybody thought that he would have been ready for the chip already. I think everybody's just kind of just like, let's give him one more fight, then maybe the chip. Yeah, after this fight, I don't think he's ready for the chip. I'm not saying that, he got some humbleness in him, but he kind of did. You know what I'm saying? He got a little bit of a, this is top top five fucking material, just straight fucking killers, bro. Straight killers. I'm excited to see what they do with Hamzat next. I know that Dana White came out in the Pat McAfee show and said that, hey, we're gonna do Colby Covington versus Hamzat. I'm a fucking idiot. Hamzat on the if he wins this fight. Now I thought that if he starts them, that could have been an easy fight for him, and then all the way straight up to the championship. I don't think that now, bro. I think that if they were to fight, Colby versus Hamzat, I think that Colby might be the favorite. Because Colby goes 5 rounds. Hamzat seemed a little bit gassed. He seemed gassed. He seemed like he got hurt, and those were only 3 rounds. And if you notice in Colby Covington's fights, he goes 5 rounds. And his last rounds always seem to be his best. Like when he was going up against Kamaru, his last like 4th and 5th round, 3rd round were like seemed to be like his best because he has that great stamina and he could take a punch, bro. He could take and give a punch. Unlike Gilbert Burns can take a punch, but Burns kind of got gassed out. He got kind of like gassed out, not too much because he was still throwing. But if you get Colby Covington in that late 3rd and you're gassed out, he's not gonna stop, bro. He's gonna keep coming with something different. And I thought his last fight against Masvidal was his best, like his best performance ever. So coming off of his best performance ever up against a number 11th ranked fighter, shot up all the way to number 2 and barely squeaked by, I think that Colby's going, okay, let's do this now, Dana. Now let's do this. Like, let's do this. What I would like to see now after his performance, after we've seen it, there's a fight coming up this weekend, Vicente Luque versus Bilal Muhammad. I would like to see Hamzat fight the winner of that fight. For those of you who don't know Vicente Luque and Bilal Muhammad, go look up their fucking their highlights, bro. It's just straight up, just game fighting style. They do it pretty much all, and they do it well. Great defense, great offense, great momentum coming off of Bilal Muhammad's side too. I believe this is their second fight, so I think it's like number 4th and 6th or some shit like that. I don't know where this fight puts Hamzat. I don't know where, but he's definitely in top 5, top 6. But I think he should fight the winner of Bilal Muhammad versus Vicente Luque, because we seen that if he goes up to Colby, and mind you, he could be the real deal, and he could come in and just completely dominate Colby for 5 rounds if he makes the changes, which I think he will. But if you're going traditionally, what the UFC does is they create like stepping stones for fighters. You know what I'm saying? What they're doing like with Sugar Sean O'Malley, what they're probably gonna do with Patty B, all like these fighters. Khabib, they did that. You just step them up a little bit. This was a fucking rare occasion where the 11th ranked fighter goes up to fight the number 2 ranked fighter in the world or UFC. This was rare, dude. So if you thought that he wasn't the real deal, like if anybody had that question, it's like, nah, like he's the real fucking deal. I don't think any of us doubt that now. You know what I'm saying? But I would like to see him fight Bilal, the winner between. I think Bilal Muhammad's gonna win. I think he's gonna beat Vicente Luque. This fool, I would just see him in the prelims a couple times, and he would just fight. He would win, and then you just start noticing this motherfucker is just moving up in the rank. Doom, just winning. I follow him on Twitter. He put out a video of his defense and how he has a good stuffing, his takedown defense, his punching power. The dude is real, and I think that would be a good test for not only Hamzat but Bilal Muhammad, because we're not talking about him too much. But I think after this weekend, and I do think he's going to beat Vicente, I think that we can start talking about that. Like maybe Burns gets in that conversation again. You still got Nate Diaz who wants to fight. I don't think Nate Diaz should be going after Hamzat, bro. I don't think he should be going after him. But Deadmonger actually made the comparison, saying that Hamzat looks exactly like just a stronger version of Nate Diaz, who's just always game for when he's getting hit. He just keeps coming, keeps the pressure on, keeps that defense. You know what I'm saying? He's so strong, bro. He's so strong for being. He looked a little slim. He looks a little slim. But he is just so strong. He's so big. He has that length to drag you, and his right hand is very sneaky. He has that very sneaky hook, that very sneaky uppercut, and his jab is kind of just like it snakes through to the chin. uh, I'm excited to see the changes that he's going to be made. But yes, I do want to see. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I would want to see Colby Covington versus Khamzat Chimaev. Trust me. Like, I don't hear what I'm not saying. I believe that fight's going to be on ABC supposedly. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I would love to see that fight. But I'm saying as far as like the test and for Khamzat to actually, grow in this division. Because if you gave him, he was 11th, you gave him the number 2, he barely squeaked by. You're about to give him the contender, and that's going to be a tough one. And he's not ready for Kamaru. We know this now. Like, we know this. So I think the best comparison, the best fight for him, the best next test for these both fighters would be, I think, Bilal Muhammad versus Khamzat Chimaev. Or even if Vicente wins. Like, Vicente, I think he earns it because, you still got Leon Edwards, who's going to fight Kamaru, who people have been waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? Colby's on the shelf right now, but he says, they say he's going to fight. So, Colby, maybe Colby just sit around this a little bit, handle some shit, we'll see how things play out. I think Colby's too fast right now. It's too much, man. Too much for Khamzat. It's too much, brother. But it was fun. It was definitely fun. That experience, that picture of him standing or sitting down on the cage, that's a badass photo, bro. That's a badass photo. Did I think he got humbled? He got humbled, maybe a little bit, but I think that killer mentality will still be intact, especially in this top 5. You need that shit. But I think he comes out different. Maybe he gets smarter, talks to some different fighters. I would like to see him talk to like some boxers, train with a boxer, because if you can get this man to be an unbelievable striker, like, that would be scary as fuck. If he can learn how to strike just a little bit, like, as far as like accuracy and pinpointing and setting shit up and head movement, he got hit a lot. That head movement, he needs to work on that head movement. That ain't working with Colby or Kamaru. That head movement, number 1, I think needs to be improved. But who the fuck am I? But if he could train with a boxer, like a seasoned boxer, someone who can actually teach him the ropes on how to like set shots up, be more accurate, pinpointing your shot, that boy gonna be deadly. He gonna be deadly because he's like what? He has 82 arm length, something like that, reach length. I don't know, man, but that's what I see. That's what I see with Khamzat. He is definitely dangerous, but he's not ready for Kamaru. So that's all I got to say about that. The first 2 fights were tight. What was it? Vinch Pichel versus what's that wrestler's name? What's wrestler? You gotta forgive me. Let me look it up real quick. But while I'm looking it up, ladies and gentlemen, why don't y'all subscribe if you haven't already been subscribing. Also, shout out to the Dead Space ENT. We'll be putting up a couple of videos, and we have our 50th episode coming up. I think y'all will enjoy that. Also, if you haven't already, go check out the 5 AM Beats and myself made a song called Out of Shape. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Play, YouTube Music, anywhere you listen to music, bro. Go get it. iTunes, you could buy it. That would help us out a lot. But all right, here we go. I got the card. It's Vince Pichel versus Mark Madsen. That was a cool fight too. That was cool. Like, I thought that Madsen, so he won. Okay, I'll give him that in the end. I saw his wrestling was obviously better, but you got to give some style points to Pichel because this dude came up and he just he was game bred, and he felt like he needed just to test him in all the aspects of the game, even in his own game. So the balls for that fool to do that. The mustache was on point, but that was a cool little fight, cool warm up for the card, because the next fight, Mackenzie Dern versus Tisha Torres, that was tight, bro. That was a crazy fucking fight. What's her name? Mackenzie almost had her in that fucking arm bar where she had her up against the cage. I thought it was over. I was screaming like, "It's over! It's done! He got it! She got it!" But then, the Tisha Torres, she held it down, bro. She's a bad motherfucker. She was obviously being outplayed like with the grappling, but I thought she held up well. And when she did hold up well, her stamina was kind of carrying her. Her punching power was there. Her striking was there. But at the end of the day, Mackenzie Dern, she did enough to get it done. So, but that was interesting. That was a good fight. And then you seen her fucking husband with the fro, just like all excited in their back, and then their daughter, man, oh, what a cute little baby. That fucking that made that fight. That put the cherry on top of that fight. But Aljamain Sterling, Aljo versus Petr Yan. Look it, bro. If you guys don't follow me on social media, please follow me on social media, on Instagram or Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat. Let me know. Noved Ortiz, at Noved Ortiz. The whole week, last week, even in my podcast, if you guys were listening, you guys are probably saying Devin's a fucking idiot. All week I was saying Petr Yan. Petr Yan, he needs to, it's a ceremonial, like, crowning of the chip. Like, it's finally his to deserve it. We know he's the better fighter, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. I also said, for Aljo to win, he's got to extend his energy, use a little bit more of his grappling, what he's comfortable with, his wrestling, his jiu-jitsu, stretch it out to 5 rounds. That's what I was saying. But I was saying I'm taking Petr Yan, and I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change on that. So come Friday night, I'm get off of work, whatever. I'm chilling, playing PlayStation. I'm looking at highlights, looking at the weigh-ins, press conferences, interviews. You know how you do when you're getting hyped for a fight or even a game. And I woke up Saturday morning, a little bit hungover, and something just told me go with Aljo. Something just told me go with Aljo. So if you're not following me on social media and you only follow me on YouTube and you only hear the podcast, dude, I switched it up. I said I got Kazmat, I got Volkanovski, and I got Aljamain Sterling. But I had him by TKO. It wasn't TKO, but he put out a great performance, dog. I switched it up. I thought, maybe he does, extend it, because I watched the first fight like a few days before, and Aljo won those first 2 rounds. I thought those first 2 rounds, the second round and the third round, the round where, except for the round where he got, even with the round where he got kneed, he was getting dominated by Yan. But even at the beginning of that round, he was still scrapping out. But the thing was, he was playing Yan's game. I thought that he fought so fucking smart this fight. He didn't get in too much trouble, and when he did, it was already late. Petr Yan, people were saying that he was fighting angry. I didn't think that he was fighting angry. He was probably angry though. Don't get me wrong, he was probably angry, but I don't think he was fighting angry. I think he was just overwhelmed because, like, oh shit, like this is a different fighter. I'm not just gonna go through him. I think he overlooked him a little bit. Straight up, I thought he overlooked him a little bit. I didn't think he was fighting angry. I thought he really did overlook him. And where Aljo, where it wasn't necessarily those antics before, it was business, bro. It was time. And I love that. I love that when you see a change in a fighter just for the better. That's what's up. So something told me to do it. So I posted a video just to let y'all know, like, yo, I switched it up. I switched it up. Lo and behold, I had all the homies fucking texting me going, yo, you called it, you lucky you switched it up, bitch. But yeah, Aljo, that fool, he's a bad motherfucker too, bro. But Petr Yan, this is just a learning curve, bro. This is gonna be a rivalry. This is gonna be the rivalry we want, like, in the next few years. I want them to fight again, to create that third fight. Are they gonna do it because he's 0-2 against Aljo? Yeah, that first fight gives it that power, and you can't really do that now. But if Petr Yan comes back, starches whoever he comes out against, maybe he fights up against like another wrestler, grappler, jiu-jitsu fighter like that, starches him, then fights another striker. Maybe the winner of TJ Dillashaw versus Aljamain Sterling, because Aljo called him out. I don't know if that's a good fight for Aljo right now, but he did just beat Petr Yan, who people thought was the scariest man in that division. He beat him tactically, smart, calm. Even when he was in trouble in the late rounds, he was still, he was keeping it together. He wasn't getting too excited and just trying to go for the fucking kill. Played it safe, won it all the way to the end. I thought it was a split decision was cool. If you would have said unanimous for me, like, all right. I mean, I thought Yan won that last round and the first round. But the second, third, and fourth were all Aljo, like straight up. Straight up. So I'm gonna say yes. I agree with the split decision. Aljamain Sterling, I'm excited, man. He called out TJ Dillashaw. So we're gonna see what happens. TJ Dillashaw, he's just coming off that injury. I know there's bad stigma with TJ, but he's still a bad motherfucker. You've seen it with Corey Sandhagen, and I know that is the last time we pretty much seen him. And before that, we haven't even seen him for like 3 years after that, prior. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. But I do think TJ is still a bad motherfucker. You know, he had good stamina against Corey Sandhagen, but Corey Sandhagen has been beat by TJ Dillashaw, Aljamain Sterling, and Petr Yan. So, maybe Corey, these losses, or they were tough losses. It wasn't like, Aljo, he got choked out, but they were hard fought. You know what I'm saying? So I think Corey can maybe get a rematch with Petr Yan, or who are they saying? Kaya France? Is he? Who is he saying? What was he saying? I can't figure that out. But yeah, dude, we'll see what happens next, and then the main card. Look, we knew what was going to happen. We knew exactly. We pretty much knew what was going to happen. If Max Holloway had not get injured, obviously this fucking card would have been one of the best cards. To me right now, I think it is the best card of the year, like so far, pretty much. I think because all 5 fights were pretty cool, except the main event. Volkanovski just came out and just completely, with the first 2 punches. When he landed on the Korean Zombie, it was over. I'm sorry to Zombie fans. I wanted to see something more too, bro. Like I wanted to see something more, but first 2 punches, you knew it was over, bro. And Volkanovski, bro, he's the champ. He is the champ, and he plays it so well. He's gotten definitely better. He's professional. He answers all the right questions the right way. He's just a champ, bro. He's the champ's champ, and he has to fight Holloway next. Maybe, just this morning I seen that Henry Cejudo is entering the drug pool, so like he can get tested to fight again in the UFC. Hey, bro, we might get that Cejudo versus Volkanovski, bro. So Henry Cejudo, I know, was helping Korean Zombie. I don't know if he was helping him or he just showed up at one of his camps, but he was on Korean Zombie's side, so he's trying to inch his way in there. You still got, he wanted to fight McGregor at 155, I believe, 150. I don't think that's where McGregor, they were asking him in the press conferences before the pre-fight press conferences. Yeah, I don't think McGregor wants that right now. But so you got Cejudo and Holloway, man. And Holloway, we do need a third fight no matter what. No matter what. We need to clear the air. But it's like, okay, he's 0-2 up against Volkanovski, but we know what happened. The first fight, I still think that Holloway overlooked him straight up. And then that second fight, I thought Holloway won and he was robbed straight up. But the facts are the facts, and he's 0-2, but there's still the stench in the air, that smell. That's why the fight was going to be made. I think Volkanovski takes him out on a third time. Just where Volkanovski is at right now, and like Holloway, the last time he fought, who was the last fool he fought? And he just he beat him, but it wasn't really that test. Like we still wanted him to fight Volkanovski. But where Volkanovski is at right now, I think after this fight, he gets a confidence boost. Not to mention, like, he's already fucking confident as fuck. He believes in himself. But I do think that it just it shows him like he is a few tiers above everybody. And this fight proved it a lot. Like, Korean Zombie's no fucking joke, and he just literally shut him down. Literally, after the first 2 punches, I'm like, this fight, why are we watching this fight? Like, what are we doing? Like, let's just call it. I thought they could have called it earlier. The corner should have called it. When Herb Dean finished, kind of just ended it right there. That was a little bit late. Could have been over. Volkanovski said he started to feel bad. And then when Korean Zombie was just started crying, he just kind of felt bad. Like, damn, bro. Like, I do feel bad because, you got your ass fucking kicked. And not to mention, you haven't seen your family, your kids in a minute. So go fuck home, bro. Go the fuck home. Get your money. Go the fuck home. You deserve it. Rest up. All that, But this proves that Volkanovski is tiers, bro. Is tiers above. And I don't know if Cejudo coming back does it, bro. I don't know if Cejudo coming back does it. I think Volkanovski is the real deal now. I was a non-believer, as were a lot of people. You motherfuckers don't lie. I was a non-believer in this dude, but it proves it, man. I hopped on the train after T City, after the Ortega fight, straight up. But yeah, that fight was a cool card. I can't wait for the Oliveira versus Gaethje. That one will be interesting because obviously you have two fighters, two totally different backgrounds. But Gaethje can wrestle. Gaethje can scrap like that. He can wrestle. I know that. That's what I've heard through the grapevine. But as far as in the highlights, his performance, everything else, you know that he's the striker, and you know that Oliveira is the jiu-jitsu fucking snake, bro. Fucking do Bronx. If Gaethje can get a win on the floor a few times, I think he knocks out Oliveira. Straight up. And this is only from what I've seen in their last few fights. Dustin Poirier, when he fought Charles Oliveira, yes, he got choked out because Oliveira is so fucking smooth and clean. But Dustin was landing. He was landing big shots on his dome, bro. That head movement for Oliveira is going to be a problem. I said it a few times. If Gaethje lands those fucking shots, you ain't getting up, my G. Like, you going to sleep. So he has to do something to where he can, maybe roll with the punch or learn how to use his head movement more. Because if Oliveira has great boxing defense, if he starts striking defense, then I think he wins the fight. He puts Gaethje in an uncomfortable spot and then chokes him out. You've seen him with Khabib, and multiple fighters. They just, if you're a striker, usually if you're gonna lose against, except for Michael Chandler, if you're gonna lose against a jiu-jitsu fighter or a wrestler, you're usually gonna get submitted or choked out. Like, that's how it usually is. Gaethje, he has been slept by Khabib, but I do think that if Gaethje lands a couple, that's it, bro. He's gonna knock you out. Big fan base Gaethje has, big fan base Oliveira has. I think most people will be going for Oliveira only because, he is a champ. He's been proving it, and they want to see. And it's kind of getting to the point where, like, every champ in every division is actually defending their title, maybe except for that light heavyweight. But it's just defending their title back to back to back, So I think people are on that train. But you can't count Gaethje out, man. He is championship material. A lot of people will be going for Gaethje. I might put some money on Gaethje. I don't know who I'm going with, like, permanently right now. But when that fight night comes, like, shit, it's going to change, homie. It's going to change. But, yeah, I'm excited for that fight. Also, I will be looking at the Vicente Luque versus Bilal Muhammad fight. That one's going to be interesting. That one will have some pedigree behind it because the whole Khamzat situation, I know that Dennis said, hey, he's going to fight Colby Covington on ABC next fight if he wins. It might be a little too much, bro. Might be a little too much. But what do I know, ladies and gentlemen? What else do we have in the agenda today? Where my Dodger fans at? You know what I'm saying? Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers. Where my Dodger fans at? Opening day was this past week. All right, we got some football news. Not too much football news. Next week I'll be doing a rookie episode. I want to see where the rookies, where I think they might end up, who I think are the best prospects. Of course, going to be talking some fantasy. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that's going. But fucking my bad. Rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins, bro. That shit was so fucking sad to wake up to. I know it was fight day, fight night, but that was not some good. That was, you never want to wake up to some news like that. The big thing was that people were shitting on fucking Adam Schefter. All right, people were shitting on Adam Schefter. Look. You know, how do I want to say this? You know that it's not right to mention, like, anyone's, like, job troubles or struggles in life when someone passes away. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of sucks. It gives it, like, dude, like, why do you even need to bring that up? What about this dude as a human, his family? I get where Shefty was coming from. I understand where he was coming from. He was saying, if you didn't necessarily know who Dwayne Haskins was in the sports world, maybe this is a little bit of backstory. The struggling thing was like, you could have left that out. You could have just said former commander, commander, a former Ohio State quarterback, passes away. You didn't have to say struggling. I didn't agree with that. But I think Shefty, he was still trying to do his job as professional as he can, but that was not cool. But I didn't think like he meant any harm by that. A lot of people are giving Shefty, saying he's a bitch, whatever, is giving him some fucking shit right now. I didn't think he meant any harm. This other dude who I want to talk about, this other dude, Gil Brandt, bro. Gil Brandt. I don't know his name, but Gil Brandt. I don't even know the dude, but it was going around Twitter, and like shit goes viral, bro. Shit goes viral. And this fool was talking to, I believe, Dan Le Batard, saying that he was a dead man walking because of his attitude and the things he did, the choices he made. Dude. Honestly, fuck that guy. There's nothing to be said when you said that. Like, you said that the man was already a dead man walking the day he dies, the day he passes away, bro. You are I don't even know if you're a sports analyst, bro, but you were on fucking Dan Le Batard and it got fucking passed around. You're a sports analyst, but even then, my G, what are you doing talking about the man with a dead man walking, his choices and what he's done and his struggles? Like, dude, that fuck you, Gil Brandt. Yes, I don't really like to get too fucking crazy on the podcast, go too much outside of the sports, but that was not cool, bro. That was not cool. Fuck that, man. Hopefully he never gets another fucking job in the fucking sports world. Go to take your ass to CNN with that bullshit, bro. Take your ass to CNN with that bullshit. Rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins, bro. That shit, it was sad, bro. It was sad because he was definitely, from what I seen around the league, is that he was a great fucking person. You know what I'm saying? So rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins. Fuck Gil Brandt. Shefty is just like, let's just, move on from this shit. I know you didn't mean any harm, but you shouldn't have said something like that. That's what my thinking on it. But the other motherfucker, he needs to never fucking work again, bro. He needs to never work again, bro. That's some disrespectful shit. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm getting worked up about it, but I mean, that sucks, bro. Like, that sucks. What if that was your boy, your homie, your son, your grandson, your dad, your father, what was that? Like, and then you got some fucking dude who does fucking commentate. I never even heard him, but he analyzed maybe sports, football, whatever, and he just starts saying like, yeah, he was a dead man walking, saying all this bullshit about you, bro. Like that gets me heated up, bro. That gets me heated up, but yeah, Dwayne Haskins, man, rest in peace. And, you're in a much better place right now. Much better place than this fucking world. Brandon Cooks gets signed with the Houston Texans, bro. I know, look at my crazy, not so crazy take. If you haven't seen it on social media, my crazy, not so crazy take is that Davis Mills will have the biggest leap and end up on top of his draft class towards I'm talking about even the end of the season and maybe going forward. Davis Mills, bro. So that's my crazy, not crazy take. I just like the way he played. There was a few games where, like, when he did start, the team overall as a whole was horrible. But when there was some throws where I thought he made some drives where he was progressing well. And even in the games he did win, he put up numbers. He put up stats. He put up good passing yards, especially with Brandon Cooks there. Brandon Cooks is an underrated wide receiver in the game, and I think that they work well together. I think, they lucked out with Davis Mills. They had the whole bullshit with Deshaun Watson, and they thought, like, who's going to be the quarterback, yada, yada. Turns out you drafted a rookie who's nice. Like, he's nice. He's not going to blow you out of the water with what he's putting on the field. But he's nice. He could be molded into a cool little pocket quarterback. He mobile outside the pocket. He's not too fast, but he can get there. I feel like if you can mold that man to be a better quarterback and just start to learn the game more, catch up with the speed, he'll be all right, bro. He doesn't have the fastest arm, the most powerful arm. He's not really the most accurate, but I saw him getting some balls there that reminded me when Josh Allen was a rookie, I was just screaming, yo, just the stallion, bro. Josh Allen, he was my boy. Put up the most inaccurate quarterback season ever. And I was still saying, yo, but look at this throw. Look at his progression right here in this drive. You know, during this win, look at how he fucking handled himself. That's what I kind of see with Davis Mills a little bit. Obviously, that's a big take, though. Obviously, that's a big take. You got Mac Jones over there who's set up pretty well. I think if you give Zach Wilson some fucking players on the squad, I think he could fucking shine out like really, really bad. Really good, I mean. Then Trevor, we'll see what happens with him. Then you got Trey Lance still over there in fucking San Francisco. What's going to happen with him? So to say Davis Mills is going to outshine and be at the top of his draft class is pretty big, but it's not too crazy to say, bro, because I see it. So they got Brandon Cooks back. I think Brandon Cooks is a dope ass receiver, and congratulations for him. Big news also, like not really big news, but there's some stuff going on with like Keenan Allen, my boy. He like a few weeks ago he said like, you know, that these analysts got to stop just talking shit. Like I love Keenan Allen, bro. I think he's the best route runner in the league. Like he's my boy in fantasy, but I think he's the best route runner in the league. He has some of the greatest hands. You know what you're getting with Keenan, bro. Just a professional wide receiver who knows the game great. He's been talking shit like a lot of people. The fact that they keep getting put on their posts lets everybody know that's for clickbait. 1K yards, the past 5 years, 5 Pro Bowls. So he's just talking shit, trying to let everybody know that that people keep mentioning him as the most underrated, one of the most underrated wide receivers. I wouldn't say he's underrated, but I wouldn't say that he's fucking highly talked about either. You know what I'm saying? People like me who have him in fantasy or who love that route tree, who just study route running, they know they have him at the top, at pretty much top 5 wide receivers. But as far as flashy and all that, people don't notice that. People like, you know, Justin Jefferson, Adams, Cup, Chase. They think that those it all depends on what the type of receiver you're looking at, what you like. I think that Keenan Allen is top 5. Top 10. I don't think he's underrated, but also I don't think he's talked about too much. So I'm right there in the middle. I agree with him though. If you got to look at other things, bro, it can't just be like flashy splash plays. He has someone literally next to him named Mike Williams who does that, and he's not better than Keenan Allen. I'll tell you that much. He's a beast, but he's not better than Keenan Allen. Tyrann Mathieu. Last week, I was fucking hooting and hollering for sign that paper with the Saints, bro. Sign that paper with the Saints. I know he was walking in there, whatever. He was in town. But him not being signed to the Saints right by now, it is Monday, April 11th. I don't think he's going to be a Saint. I know people are saying, oh, he lives there. He was from there. Send him home. He loves it. Yeah, I think the numbers weren't right. That's just my gut. I don't think the numbers are right. There's rumors, you know, that the Rams are looking up for him, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing, NFL? Like, why are we doing this? The power, the power of the Rams, like banker, like what is going on over there, you know? But I think they structure players well. They structure their contracts well. And I think, you know, the super teams is here. The super teams have arrived in the NFL. So I think if there's any place where he can go, I think the Rams will be a good spot for him. But I do want the Saints to get him. Also, I kind of want him to stay with Kansas City, bro. Like, what is going on? Why didn't Kansas City offer him? They said if you offered him the 3 years, and I forget how many million a year. Yeah, that if he would have taken 3 years, 31 million deal if the Chiefs just paid him. Dog, you lost Tyreek Hill. You're losing one of your best defenders. Like, come on, bro. Mahomes is great, but he ain't that great. He can't play 2 sides of the ball. So, Tyrann Mathieu, where do you think he's gonna go? I would love for him to be a Saint, but I think it's open waters for him. Anybody who needs a safety, you're talking about the Rams, the Raiders, the Saints, Patriots, 49ers. They could all use a safety right now, my G. So where do you think he's going to go? what is your crazy, not so crazy take? You know what I'm saying? Going into like the few seasons or next season coming up, what's your crazy, not so crazy take? That's what I want to hear from you guys. What is your crazy, not so crazy take? Again, let me remind y'all, mine is that Davis Mills will outperform his draft class. Davis Mills of the Houston Texans. Tell me your crazy, not so crazy take. What is your take on the UFC? Where's it going now? What do you think about Khamzat? Do you think he's the real deal? Do you think he's ready for Colby? Kamaru, do you think he's ready for him? Who do you got next week? Vicente Luque, Bilal Muhammad. The fight after that, who do you got? Charles Oliveras or Justin Gaethje? And fuck that guy, Gilbert Brandt, whatever. One more fucking time. Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. Ladies and gentlemen, Dead Space Entertainment. Please follow, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Share with your friends, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.